story based on the plan in court, then a surprise guest shocks the room. It was just another routine hearing in a crowded county courtroom, until a display of arrogance and judgment turned into a moment no one would ever forget. Malik Johnson, a 28-year-old father of two, stood before the judge with trembling hands. He had come to court for a hearing related to a probation violation, missing a check-in after losing his job and struggling to care for his family. As he tried to explain through quiet sobs, the judge, Hon. Margaret Holloway, rolled her eyes. "Save the tears," she scoffed. "This is court, not a stage. Maybe you should have cried when you missed your appointment." A hush fell over the courtroom. Malik's public defender looked up in shock, but said nothing. Spectators shifted uncomfortably. Malik tried to compose himself, but his hands shook as he held onto the railing for support. Just then, the courtroom door opened. In walked a tall man in a dark blue suit, flanked by two deputies. The judge glanced up, then blinked. The room suddenly fell silent as the man approached the bench with confident steps. It was Congressman Elijah Rowe, a well-known advocate for criminal justice reform and a former civil rights attorney, also, as it turned out, Malik's uncle. "Your Honor," Congressman Rowe began, placing a document on the clerk's desk, "I've filed a formal motion to review Mr. Johnson's case. I have evidence that his probation officer failed to update contact information, and we have letters from two non-profits confirming he was seeking work and food assistance at the time of the missed appointment." The judge's demeanor changed instantly. I wasn't aware of these developments," she stammered. The congressman didn't flinch. "With all due respect, Your Honor, perhaps we should listen before we mock." The judge cleared her throat and recessed the court. Later that day, Malik's probation was reinstated with support services, not jail time. Someone in the gallery had recorded the exchange. It sparked national discussions about courtroom bias and the importance of empathy in justice. Malik didn't say much to the press, but when asked how it felt to see his uncle walk in at that moment, he smiled, felt like hope walked in with him. For change. The video of the courtroom incident spread like wildfire. Within 24 hours, the clip had been shared on Twitter, TikTok, and major news outlets, with the hashtag #JusticeForMalik trending nationwide. Viewers were outraged, not just at Judge Holloway's mocking tone, but at how common such treatment seemed to be for marginalized defendants. Civil rights groups immediately called for a review of Judge Holloway's conduct. A petition demanding her suspension gained over 300,000 signatures in a matter of days. Under growing pressure, the judge issued a public apology. "My comments were inappropriate and failed to reflect the dignity and fairness expected of this office. I regret my actions and commit to undergoing judicial bias training." But for Congressman Rowe, an apology wasn't enough. This isn't about one judge. This is about a system that too often dehumanizes the people it's supposed to protect. Malik's case is a reminder that without witnesses, without advocacy, too many voices go unheard. Malik, meanwhile, stayed mostly out of the spotlight. He began working with a local re-entry program, helping others navigate the system he had once felt crushed by. His story inspired a new bill co-sponsored by Congressman Rowe, the Fair Hearing Act, aimed at mandating bias and trauma awareness training for judges and court staff. At a press event announcing the bill, Malik finally spoke publicly. "I didn't ask for attention. I just wanted to be heard. But if my voice can help stop someone else from being mocked, then maybe it was worth it." And so what began as a moment of humiliation became a spark for something far bigger, a push for dignity, equity, and reform in courtrooms across the country. Would you like